Imagine removing one single ingredient from your life, and within 30 days, your energy is steadier, your skin looks clearer, your sleep gets deeper, and the constant background cravings that run your day just go quiet. That ingredient is added sugar. And here's the part most people don't realize. Sugar affects your body far more than just your waistline. It touches your brain, your mood, your skin, your sleep, even the way you make decisions. In this video, I'm going to take you through exactly what happens when you quit added sugar for 30 days, day by day, phase by phase. The rough part at the start that makes most people quit. The turning point almost nobody makes it to. And the change around day 21 that catches everyone off guard. Stick with me to the end, because that's where the real transformation happens. First, let's be clear about what we mean, because this matters. We're talking about added sugar. The sugar dumped into sodas, candy, pastries, sauces, flavored coffees, and a shocking amount of healthy packaged foods. We're not talking about the natural sugar in whole fruit, which comes wrapped in fiber, water, and nutrients that change how your body handles it. So this isn't about fearing an apple. It's about removing the added stuff your body was never built to handle in these amounts. Days 1 through 3. Let's be honest, this is the hard part, and it's exactly why most people never get past it. When you suddenly cut added sugar, your body notices immediately. For years it's been riding a roller coaster. Sugar spike, crash, crave, repeat. Take the sugar away, and that cycle gets interrupted. In these first few days, a lot of people feel it. Headaches, irritability, low energy, intense cravings that feel almost impossible to ignore. Some people describe genuine mood swings. It can feel like something's wrong. But here's the reframe that changes everything. Nothing is wrong. This is your body recalibrating. Those cravings aren't a sign you need sugar. They're the sound of an old habit losing its grip. Sugar lights up the reward centers of your brain, and when you remove it, your brain protests for a few days before it adjusts. The discomfort is temporary. The freedom on the other side is not. If you can just get through this window, everything gets easier. Most people quit here, not because it doesn't work, but because nobody warned them this phase was coming. Days 4 through 7. This is the turning point, and it's the reward for pushing through the hard part. Somewhere in this stretch, most people feel the fog start to lift. The headaches ease. The cravings, while still there, start to lose their teeth. They become a passing thought instead of a screaming demand. Your energy stops swinging so violently. Instead of the sharp highs and brutal crashes, you start to notice something unfamiliar, a steadier, calmer baseline. This happens because your body is learning to run without constantly waiting for its next sugar hit. Your blood sugar isn't spiking and crashing all day, so your energy smooths out. A lot of people say this is the first week they didn't feel that desperate 3 p.m. slump where they'd normally reach for something sweet. This is the moment the whole thing starts to feel worth it. You're no longer white-knuckling it. Your body is adapting, and it's on your side. And if the first week sounds tough but worth it, the next 2 weeks are where the changes become visible, including the one around day 21 that surprises almost everyone. Stay with me. Week 2, days 8 through 14. This is where things get genuinely encouraging. By now, your body has largely moved past the withdrawal, and something interesting happens with your cravings. They don't just weaken, they start to change shape. Foods that used to taste normal start tasting shockingly sweet. That flavored yogurt, that healthy granola bar, suddenly they taste like candy. That's not your imagination. Your taste buds are recalibrating. When you're not flooding them with intense sweetness all day, they become far more sensitive, and you start tasting the natural sweetness in real food again. Fruit, vegetables, even plain dairy. Your energy in week 2 tends to keep stabilizing. Fewer crashes means fewer moments where you feel like you need a pick-me-up. And here's a subtle but powerful shift. You start to realize how much of your sugar eating was never about hunger at all. It was habit, boredom, stress. Seeing that clearly is one of the most valuable things this challenge gives you, because it hands you back control you didn't know you'd lost. Week 3, days 15 through 21. Now the changes start showing up on the outside, and this is where that surprise I promised comes in. Let's start with skin, because this is the one people notice in the mirror. High added sugar intake can drive inflammation in the body. And for many people, that shows up on the skin. Puffiness, breakouts, a dull tone. As you move through week 3, a lot of people report their skin looking clearer, calmer, less puffy, with a bit more of a natural glow. Not for everyone, and not overnight, but it's one of the most common things people mention. Then there's sleep. Sugar and the energy crashes that come with it can quietly disrupt your rest. As your blood sugar steadies, many people find they fall asleep more easily and wake up feeling more genuinely rested, instead of groggy and reaching for something sweet just to function. But here's the change around day 21 that catches almost everyone off guard, and it's not physical. It's this. Sugar stops being the thing you think about. For years, sugar sat quietly in the background of every day, the treat you were looking forward to, the reward you promised yourself, the craving you were managing. And somewhere around week 3, a lot of people suddenly notice it's just gone. The mental noise, the constant low-level negotiation with yourself. That quiet is the thing nobody expects, and it's the thing people say they miss the least about sugar. You don't just lose a craving, you get back a piece of your attention. Week 4, days 22 through 30. This is where it stops being a challenge and starts becoming who you are. By now, the whole system has shifted. Your energy is steadier through the whole day. Your cravings are quiet and easy to handle. Your taste buds have reset so thoroughly that overly sweet foods can actually taste unpleasant now. Many people notice reduced bloating and a lighter, less puffy feeling overall, partly from cutting the added sugar, and often from the better food choices that naturally come with it. And your relationship with food has changed. You eat more when you're actually hungry and less on autopilot. But the deepest change in week 4 is about identity, and this is the part that lasts long after 30 days. You've now proven something to yourself, that you can do a hard thing and stick with it. You've broken a cycle you might have thought was just how you are. That confidence bleeds into everything else, because once you know you can control your relationship with sugar, you start believing you can control other things too. That's the real transformation. It was never just about the sugar. It was about becoming the kind of person who decides, instead of the kind who's driven by cravings. Now, an honest and important part most videos skip. What happens if you go back? Here's something people find surprising. After 30 sugar-free days, if you eat a big sugary treat, a lot of people report they don't enjoy it the way they expected. It can taste overwhelmingly sweet, and some people feel a genuine energy crash or a headache shortly after, because their body isn't used to the flood anymore. This is actually useful information, not a failure. It shows you just how much sugar was affecting you all along. You just couldn't feel it clearly because it was constant background noise. The goal here isn't necessarily to never eat sugar again for the rest of your life. For most people, that's not realistic or even necessary. The real win is that you've reset your baseline. Now sugar becomes a conscious, occasional choice instead of an automatic daily habit that runs you. You're the one deciding, and that's the whole point. So, if you want to try this, here's how to do it without white-knuckling your way through misery. Don't rely on willpower alone. Willpower runs out. Instead, clear the added sugar out of your house so it's not a decision you have to make 50 times a day. Read labels, because sugar hides under dozens of names in foods you'd never suspect, especially sauces, dressings, and health foods. Lean hard on protein, fiber, and water, because when you're actually full and steady, cravings shrink dramatically. Expect the first 3 days to be the hardest, and plan for them. That's when you need distraction and support most. And don't aim for perfect. If you slip, you haven't failed. You just keep going. Consistency beats perfection every single time. The bottom line is this. Added sugar affects far more than most people ever realize. Your energy, your skin, your sleep, your focus, and even your sense of control. And 30 days is long enough to feel the difference for yourself, in your own body. If this gave you a reason to try it, hit subscribe, because that's exactly what this channel is here for, giving you real, simple, honest answers about your body. And I want to know in the comments, are you going to try the 30-day challenge? Tell me what day you're starting. I read every comment, and I'll be cheering you on. Take care of yourself, and I'll see you in the next one.